Hi, welcome to Wonder.wander Homeschool. My name is Shauna, and I am going to be going through my fourth grade language arts pick for this fall for my fourth grader. She's actually doing a fifth grade book, but we did do fourth grade language arts last year for her, the wonders of homeschooling, to be able to go ahead if they need to in certain subjects. She does love reading. She just eats up books. So let's get into it, and I've heard really good things. Here we go. So we have Learning Language Arts Through Literature. We have the teacher's edition, and we have the student activity book. I looked at both of them. They look very similar. They say that you definitely need the teacher's edition, and everyone I've heard says you need it. So I did get it. I actually got it super cheap on, I got it on sale on a used book site, probably Thrift Books, I think, or Aid Books. So this is like this example. So you have this here for the student, and you have basically the same thing, but with like a note right here. And they have a few more little added things to encourage them or ideas of the teacher what to do. Then it has the answers, I believe, to D. What do you think? It gives questions for the teacher to ask, and to help kind of prompt the child with their lesson. So if they have the questions here, unless maybe they don't know a list to not be complete sentences, need some ideas. I think they do give you kind of questions, ideas from what do you think our country provided liberty from reading here. And so it's just connecting some American pieces of literature, which is fantastic, that, we tend to memorize as a song as a kid, and having them really be able to dissect that. So it reminds them, and then here's some of the answers right here. And it looks about the same for day 2 until you get to the other page. So that's just bigger. And there's some more notes. So it just seems like they add some more notes and some prompts in the teacher's guide as you go through their studies. But they also, so you look at the Temple Definition Dictionary page. Dictionary gives you following. It talks about dictionaries. And this is just explaining more things to tell your child if you need to or feel like it. They talk about these. And that would be part of what they're doing right here. So I think it is definitely necessary. It just seems pretty simple still. But for the most part, I think she's going to be really good at this. I think she's going to really like this curriculum. She's going to miss, we were doing Good and the Beautiful. We just started taking a break from that because she did get ahead and didn't really want to do fifth grade quite yet for that, because there's a lot of reading that I've heard mixed reviews on the books on how interested the kids were in reading them. So since she's younger, I'm just going to let her do the fifth grade for this, because it does have some really fun books. It's got Mr. Popper's Penguins and The Trumpet and the Swan to read, Farmer Boy, and Number the Stars. So all really good books. And it's got a lot of poems, which I really do like. And they do have spelling. I don't know how much of the spelling I'm going to do. I might have her just practice the words rather than actually doing spelling tests. We will see. She does have a spelling book that she can work on. And then we have some vocabulary, which she has not done vocabulary too much other than in science this last year, so that'll be great for her. And this is just going to guide her into some more discussion questions and sequencing. Then they have different book studies. And it has it's just very worksheet-like, but I think this will be really good for her. She likes worksheets. She likes doing a lot of the independent stuff if she can do it. And then also it allows it to be independent, but then also has plenty of advice in here for me to help make her learning a little bit more interesting than just filling out worksheets. So I can help kind of have questions that are led in here as we read along with the book studies and the everyday words studies, which are kind of your regular work days and everyday words. And I know there also is later on in here a presentation, which is great as well. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. I do miss all the color, but I know I've heard good things about the quality of what they're learning through here is pretty solid. It's not advanced, but it's also not lower than grade level. So I think she will be challenged just enough. And yeah, it tells you the skills that they're working on, which will just be great because she knows a lot of that stuff, but this will help her apply it even more into literature rather than just kind of filling it out and then going on to the next thing. They talk about quotations, which is good. I think there is also a research section on here, I believe, to introduce them for research, because I know that's something that I would not know how to teach if I didn't have some help from a curriculum. So that's a poetry unit, which is great. I love poetry. Trying to see if I can find, just going through some folk tales they do. Let's see, do they have it at the end? I know they have a, let's see. Okay, Caddy Woodlawn. Speech making, there you go. So it has like an oral presentation checklist. I love that they kind of remind them, do I read slowly? Do I read clearly? Do I read loud enough? Am I using my voice well to communicate the meaning and the feeling? Am I standing up straight? So talk about posture. And I feel like that's something that is just lacking a lot nowadays, where a lot of kids are just on their phones too much. But I know that that's changing with this new wave of homeschoolers and just parents, even if their kids are going to school, being more involved in their learning and practicing at home. And yeah, so I'm really excited to focus on those different things. And it seems like a very full curriculum. It's going to teach her some spelling rules that she may not know already. It's going to help her get into some really fun books that I just have great memories of reading as a kid myself. And then it's also going to get into good poetry and vocabulary and teaching her how to write a speech. So, and do like a presentation on things that she's read and learned. And it looks like it does have, let's see. There's even like, if you know any missionaries, there's a little missionary thing. That's kind of cool. If you may have an interview, ask them to tell about their goals. You can interview somebody. That would be really cool. So there's different also books that are fantastic. And I know that YWAM does a series of all these missionaries that they have in history that you can read their books. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to take it as it goes with this one. And I'm hoping this helps because since I'm teaching 3 this year instead of 2, I'm hoping that this really helps her and her narration and retaining. And yeah, I'm hoping this helps challenge her just enough, but keeps her able to do the work without me holding her hand as much, since I do need to be going to the other 2 children as well. Yeah, I might try the one that I'm using for my 2nd grader. I forget the name. It's Learning Language Arts through Literature, I think. No, this is Learning it's Reading Language Arts, Reading through Literature. It's, I can't remember the name. I know it's similar to this. I get it mixed up all the time. But I do have a video on that for her, and it's a lot more complicated at the top of everything. So when I first look, it's a lot more complicated. But I may have my daughter try that one in the 5th grade level in the next school year. If this isn't a fit, if this is a great fit, we might try the next level. I've heard that as kids get older in these books, some of them do lose interest. I guess the quality maybe is just not as exciting of books. I'm not sure. But I am excited to try that other curriculum as well with my 2nd grader and see how that works. And if that works well, I might actually try both of them on the other curriculum. Otherwise, this is also a good solid one that I know that I can come to if the other literature gets a little too crazy for the 2nd grader, where I just can't do that much hands-on teaching. But we'll see. So this is a very new year for me. It's definitely the first time I've done videos on my curriculum. Been wanting to do that for a long time, but I also am doing a lot of new curriculum that I'm not used to. So bear with me, and I hopefully will not have too many changes. And then on the reading side for read alouds and for my 4th grader coming in, we have a list of books that I have that I kind of wanted to read over the summer. I don't know if we're really going to get to them, but I think I'm going to try to do these as our read alouds, either at school or just at bedtime, and just read with them. There's Poppy, there's Heidi, Black Stallion, The Last Little Cat, St. George and the Dragon, A Little Princess. I need to get the full book. I accidentally got a picture book, but it still is a cute little picture book. Keep the Lights Burning, Abby, Cora Freire, The Secret Valley, getting into American history, Riding the Pony Express, Tippy Lemmy, and House on Valencia Street. So I will be doing those read alouds throughout this next year on top of any read alouds I do for my morning time. Usually there's one for the morning time, and then that switches off between a read aloud and a missionary story. And then these will just be ones that either I can have my daughter read if she wants to read them by herself, or I will read with them, because some of these books I do enjoy reading read alouds. Never feel like you can't read alouds to your children. I think that you can go, I mean, maybe in high school they won't want me to read them to them anymore, but I think I might be able to make it to junior high. But it's just a joy. It's a joy to have that time to connect and read good books, and I think that just grows their love of reading and storytelling. And it's great for dictation opportunities. And then here's my little fish that we have. He got moved out here because we got kittens, and he would not be safe in the kitten room. Well, she would not be. This is our little girl fish, beta fish. So hopefully she has a long life. Anyway, so hopefully this helped you for some read aloud options. Fourth grade, well, fifth grade, if you have a fifth grader at a fifth grader reading level, like I think for my daughter, her coming as a fourth grader, this is gonna be perfect for her, spot on for what she already knows from the curriculum she came from The Good and the Beautiful. But also I'm sure for a fifth grader, this would be great too. This is supposed to be the fifth grade book. So I hope that this helped you guys. As always, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope that you have a great and peaceful time picking your homeschool curriculums for the fall. And I will be back, I think, for math. Yeah, I think my last videos I have for this school year until we get going and I can kind of have a feel for how things are going for each subject is going to be math, I think, for each one. So let me know if you have any questions. I love answering questions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.